All right, hello everyone. My name is Bianca Brooks, and you're watching Trading Photos. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Jimmy McMillan from The Rent Is Too Damn High. Welcome to the show, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you. So tell us about yourself, Jimmy.
Well, I'm a private investigator who took a gamble and ran for governor of the state of New York because my people just wasn't saying enough and my people just wasn't doing enough. And when I created a political party called Rent Is Too Damn High Party, people were telling me, you need this, you need to do that. And I kept telling them, I don't have to do nothing. I don't need nothing to stay black and die. I created the Rent Too Damn High Party out of $16.91. Cause I knew how strong I were. It was time for me to introduce it to the public. I practiced it and got ready for it. When I got ready, I participated in a gubernatorial debate in 2010 because I competed in 1993. I ran against the father of the state of New York. That was Mario Cuomo, the father. And history was made in 2010 because I ran against the son who was the governor. My job was not to go and look pretty. My job was to beat them on issues. Something is wrong. And now we know the people would have wished they would have voted for me because everything that I talk about on television and the debate has gone wrong. Economics and finance, that's my master. I specialize in that. There's nothing wrong with congestion pricing. They're doing that deliberately to run all the poor Negroes out of New York. It's a secret agenda they have and nobody caught on to it. I thought about running again, but I just had surgery on a war injury that I had in November, just passed. But I'm constantly rolling for television. When they invite me to television, they want to talk about. They don't treat me like I've done something miraculous that'll benefit the descendants. They invite me to TV because of a joke that I said, and they think it's funny. Talking about the beard, they make fun of it, but it's not about it. I carved it like this for my people. I want to get my people's attention on issues because my people just simply do not know. If you bring up a name Donald Trump, everybody look like they've been eating a sour lemon. Donald Trump is helping his own people. You can't say nothing, do nothing about that. But my people aren't helping my people. So I created Rent Too Damn High Party hoping that I could use my personality to hoping that we need to change. Nothing is looking good for us, especially when the rent going up. And like I said on television thousands of times, they know you don't have the rent money. That's why they're raising it. And when they raise the rent next month, this year, many people are one paycheck away from being homeless. They're going to have to leave New York. And they're going to tell you, oh, I'm leaving here. Where are you going to go? You're going to go down south where the descendants are still sleeping in mud houses. Like, it's not a beautiful thing. If they're not sleeping in a mud house, where they work? There's no job. They have to the point we are not fighting strong enough. The election passed, and what I've been up to was what I started doing, trying to get people's attention. If you listen to my voice, you hear my voice sounding is getting kind of light because I helping somebody move something. I hurt my ribs, and when I bruised my ribs got me on the high note. But I'm try to bring it down to the low note. I love my people so much. To be 70-something years old, I didn't think I would get here.
And you look great for 70.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey everybody, this is I mention this young lady so much every time I see her because your personality is always so nice. And I try to encourage all the young people, ask her that she keep being nice no matter what. I knew I did something miraculous when I went public with the Rent Too Damn High movement. It made me a rich man. Selling t-shirts, over 5 million t-shirts being sold, and being able to do what I want to do. I'm in control, do what I want to do. But it's not about me. Like I tell them on TV a lot. It's not about me. It's about my people. I bring up the subject. People want to know, well, what's next? What you gonna do? My job is to let these people know who owned slaves, there was a slave in every white household, owned a slave in the state of New York. They signed the ownership of that slave. Signing the ownership of that slave is like signing a birth certificate. They may not be the what you call it, the biological owner's person who owned the slave, but legally they're responsible for everything when it comes to your health care and it benefit you because they own you. There's a lot of things we can do to make an approach to win. We're not even doing anything. We're so busy talking about Trump. The black ones talking about Trump. People like John Lewis in Washington, D.C. Cory Booker want to go to Washington, D.C. A black lady just ran for governor in Virginia. They're giving these people high praise for what? I understand you want to give them high praise because you'd rather them be there than a white. But I don't have time to play the color game. I'm a veteran. I lost a lot of my white buddies in the war. But the question is that we belong to the same species, Homo sapiens. So how can you get mad if one of them call you a nigger? That gives you a chance to teach them who they really are. But we're not even doing it. Don't get mad at them. Because you look at them and say, when they say something like that, you look at them and say to yourself, damn, they don't even know who they are. We all from the species of Homo sapiens. I spoke at every white college in the state of New York, every white college in the country, Oklahoma, Harvard, Princeton, you name it, Quinnipiac, you name the college. But I have not spoke at a black institution yet. They have not invited me because of the word damn in my party name. They go to the point, and you're not teaching the kids anything. Is one of my points for creating this party. A young lady said I graduated from Harvard. I graduated from one of the black colleges. You didn't learn anything. You graduated, but they didn't teach you anything. We as a people can take this opportunity and teach all those people who talk about us that you are us. And that's my approach to television. That's why they hate me and they love me. And that's what I've been up to, trying to get people to understand. You have the power. You're not using it. You got a brain. Homo sapien conquered the planet. Homo egatus, Homo erectus, Homo netherlands. Homo sapien beat all these species to make us the king of species. And we're not even taking advantage of that. And this is a great time for my party now to rent to them my party. We it was so great. I'm laughing because I got up this morning to take my shower. When I came out of the shower, the radio station was talking about me. McMillan, the rent is too damn high.
And in New York, the rent is too damn high.
And it's a bad time for my people. It's a bad time for my species, since we all belong to the same species, no matter what color we are. It's a bad time for us because we have no one doing the right thing to make sure we can have. A few people, when they get a little bit of money, they get so smart. They come on TV talking about Donald Trump and his finance. I don't say nothing to them. That's not the right approach. I can't get anywhere talking about you. But there is something that I can do because I'm smarter than you. You're smarter than me. And we can get this country together. Economics and finance, can you just imagine if we start talking about, instead of utilizing our time talking about Trump, finance. The rent is too damn high. The gas is too damn high. The food is too damn high. The clothes is too damn high. Everything, the water is too damn high. The mortgage is too damn high. I went to court, a 10-year court case in New York City. I started in 2006. A landlord bought a building in Manhattan. He changed the lock on the front door to the building. I don't know if you know about PTSD, Vietnam, I'm an injured Vietnam vet. I get 100% from the VA as being a wounded vet. He locked me out of the building. I nearly died. I didn't tell anybody because I had a plan. I went to court because I was processing to run for governor of the state of New York to and through the state to find out to see who else was going through what I'm going through here in New York. I needed to find out, why is he doing this? He had to have help from the unified court system of the state of New York, because you just don't do what you did to me as a veteran, and I knew my rights. And if you know anybody who is a veteran who can't pay their mortgage and can't pay their rent, there is something in New York under the Health and Human Resources Administration, the mental hygiene law, that will stop you from getting evicted. It's called Article 81. I'm going to say it again. Article 81 will keep you from losing your home. Article 81 will keep you from being evicted from your apartment. So I knew that I could use those to stop what they were doing, but I wasn't ready yet. I went on and ran for governor. I had a few little heart failure things because I'm exposed to a chemical called Agent Orange. I almost didn't make it. But when I ran for governor, that was what I wanted to do. I realized after I ran for governor, I'm not done. I need to, as a private investigator, I wasn't worried about me living or dying. I was worried about who's working with him to cause the rent to go from $98 a month to $2,000 a month. And I got him. Rent stabilized law, I got him. There's a law firm. I started to call his name. I should, but I don't want to give it away right now. There's a law firm, an owner. He's a Jewish guy. I'm going to put him on the spotlight. He started a law firm where it's a Ponzi. All the rent increases that you're facing right now is set up by this group. They set up this Ponzi. He's in every program in the state of New York that deal with housing. No matter what it's called, he runs it. He has people working under him. They're lawyers. But one significant thing he made it such a difficult process for you to beat, because he appointed judges in housing court to the bench. Stay with me now. He appointed judges in housing court to the bench. You have to go to housing court. And when you go to housing court, guess who's sitting on the bench presiding over your case? The judge that he appointed. Now guess who the landlord's attorney is?
The lawyer.
That's the guy who appointed the judge. The landlord's attorney is the person who appointed the judge to the bench. Y'all don't know that. New York State called it a blacklist. On that blacklist, they call them racketeers and co-conspirators. They know who they are, but they're keeping it away from you. You go to court and the landlord make a complaint against you. First, they call it primary residence, non-payment of rent. They put your name on a blacklist. Stay with me now, because it can't get confusing. They're selling your information. How could they sell your information and they got your case in court? Because you all don't know this and nobody's talking about it. They forgot about me. I'm your watchdog. I'm your voice. They're charging you money to bring the case to court. How can they do that when they're already making money off you? Once your name hit the court file, remember what Facebook talk about people and their identity? That's what the courthouse is doing. They're selling your information, and nobody's saying anything about it. I went undercover for 10 years. It was treacherous. It hurted for 10 years. I had my injuries. I didn't say nothing. I would come out there. I stopped teaching karate because of my injuries. I had a surgery in 1968 in Vietnam. In November of 2018, I looked up and blood was coming from that surgery I had 50 years ago. I went and had it corrected. It was painful. So it was painful every day, but I knew I had to go on and break this, find out who was behind it, because of the grandchildren, not mine. Everybody's child is my child. Every child is my child. And for your children, that's my child too. So I was fighting for a reason. And that is why on November 19th, the case was in court for 10 years. The attorneys that I had never talked about the landlord locking me out of the building. Never talk about how these are attorneys pointed to my case by the court. My case was in court for 10 years for them not telling. They didn't bring up one time the landlord had locked me out of my building and nearly killed me, because they were protecting each other. I'm going to put an end to it. They're going to call me anti-Semitic, but I couldn't give a crap what they call me, because there are 3 or 4 different Jewish groups here, and they don't like each other. We have a big movement in Tel Aviv. Rent to them, my movement. It's huge in Tel Aviv. But the groups that are here in New York, they want New York. I bumped into them one time and I asked them, why y'all doing this? They were thinking about some radical movements and they could make it in the United States. They said, we have nowhere to go. The Union of Orthodox Rabbis had my back. They came up and they mentioned, you don't hear me talk about them, because I know how they will cut you off and take you off the air, because they have the power of television. But guess what? Too late now. Too late. I'm the man. You screwed up, gave me the power to get here to where I'm at. So I don't talk about them, because there's so many different groups. I don't tell people what group. That's a FBI job to find out what groups did it. What I just told you a moment ago, I'm going to the FBI next week, Tuesday or Monday, and I'm going to report that my family's in danger, because the judge just gave me the right on the 19th of March. I won the housing case. I know they're going to try to kill me. Ain't nothing else left, because they appealed it. But I'm ready for them too. I know my family's in danger. So this is why you see me in Brooklyn most of the time than Manhattan. So that's what I'm going through right now. I want everybody to know that I've been fighting some things that they don't want me to say. But as a Vietnam veteran, and every time I turn the radio on, the TV on, I hear that someone in Afghanistan, 4 soldiers got killed last week. I don't give a damn. I'm a vet. I'm no different than the guys that got killed. I fight for my country, and this is my country. You did wrong and treated my people bad, and I'm coming to straighten it out. But right now, it's time to celebrate. We won the biggest housing case in the state of New York.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's yet to be told. This is my first stop to say it here on your program. I'm so excited, because this is what people should do. Fight to help each other. Right now, you're walking good, but you don't know. You step out this door, the air conditioner fall down and hit you in the back of the head. Something fall out of the sky. Next thing you know, all the dreams you have for tomorrow is gone. Your dreams are there, but you can't physically be to meet those dreams. For all these people who come home from the war with no limbs, amputations and all this, the governor just now gave them help. Home, just now physically and on paper giving them the help they need. That's my fight. I don't criticize you if you help the species. I don't talk about anybody, period. And like I said, the people, even though, no matter what religion you are, and I talk about the religion you are, I want to talk about it loud and clear, because you shouldn't be doing this to people. There's another person you have to answer, not me. And don't look for me to lie, because I don't lie. That's why I'm single now. I had a wife. I wasn't no good. I married this girl, and I wasn't ready for marriage. I was a musician, grabbing my guitar, going to the club.
Oh, you were a musician.
I had an 11-piece band.
What was the name of the band?
Jimmy McMillan.
Oh, okay.
I had an 11-piece band. And I used to work for the post office. I'm a retired letter carrier. I used to get my guitar to the post office every morning, every night, every Saturday, every weekend when I worked. I had to play songs for the crew that I worked with. This is before rent came into the picture. I just loved playing my guitar. I came home from Vietnam. I didn't know my name. If you were my wife, how could I love you when I didn't know who I were? I had some decisions to make. Am I going to stay married to this woman when I don't know who I am? I felt like a phony. I told her one day, I said, I'm leaving. She broke down and started crying. Not saying that in a good way to make me feel good. But I told her I was leaving. I gave her it was like January. I told her June I was out here. And I stuck to my problem because I couldn't talk to her about the war. How am I going to sit down and tell her, well, I killed this person last week. I killed her person. I couldn't find, I had no help to help me get over the things I did in Vietnam for 3 years. It was brutal. I think I made the right decision for me. I have a son, 39 years old, and I have a daughter. They say I have a Vietnamese daughter. I don't know about that. I just mention it because I don't know. But for sure, I have an apartment in Manhattan. My 39-year-old son lives in my apartment in Manhattan. And he know martial arts real good. If you knock on that door and knock on that door right, you might not make it for that front door. But stop talking about people. Talk about what you can do to correct. What issues can you bring up to make them pay attention to help your neighborhood? Stop blaming the Jews. Stop blaming the white man. When you hear me speak of the Jewish people, I speak about the unified court system allowed this to happen. People that you have to go to make sure that you be treated fairly in housing. They're giving them the runaway because the Jewish groups are controlled by a Jewish guy who created a Ponzi, like Bernie Madoff. Why is it that these elites with money create these Ponzi's and they're all found within the elite who has a lot of money? And I caught them. I tapped into the game by becoming a celebrity. When I made it to Saturday Night Live, they said, where you going? I said,
Thompson played you, yeah.
I said, to the bank. I opened up a bank account. But I want all my people to know, if I was in Vietnam, I wouldn't be here.
All right, so tell me how exciting it was for you to be portrayed on Saturday Night Live. I saw Kenan Thompson with the beard and everything.
Yeah, I love it. I didn't think nobody would pay attention. When the whole thing hit me like that, I consider myself as a nobody. I knew I was smart. I didn't think nobody would listen. The people who were listening wasn't my people. When I hear comments that my people made, it was like, "You're funny. You're funny. I seen you on TV. You're funny." I was like, oh, "Funny? Ain't nothing funny about it." I went to YouTube. People made a lot of comments about my beard. Talking about your beard look like balls, and then the girls telling the guys, "At least he got more balls than you." They made a comic thing. I kind of enjoyed it because they expressed their love for me. And then when it went past 10 million, it went past 50 million in Canada. We got the camp between Canada and Europe combined, 50 million people. It's got serious. I was like, whoa, what the hell? We want you to come to London. We want you to run for the parliament in London. Why? These people are serious. They weren't joking. I never been a celebrity before. I didn't know what to say to any of them. I just sit back and watch the money come in. Limousine pick me up every day, bring me home, bring me back every night. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm at a TV station waiting for the program come on. They paid me a lot of money. I just had a cartoon to come on. Did I send that to you?
You didn't.
I didn't?
Mm-mm.
They just had a commercial, because it seemed as a commercial that came on television. I mean, it's been played now for a year, and they pay me like $1,000 a week for every time. It just started. Every time the program, every time it aired, they're using my image, and they pay me for my image.
Oh, nice, nice.
And so much going on. I don't have to worry about nothing, and I can go get a home if I want to. But when you get a certain age, you don't buy. I don't have any grandkids, nothing. So I could put in a will if I have my son and my niece. I have a lot of sisters and brothers, but when it comes to me personally, I'm not thinking about that right now. I know about was it November or August? I almost had a heart attack. After I hurt my ribs, I went to the emergency room, and they had to get an MRI on my rib. And through my rib cage was my heart. They seen my heart. My aorta was about to burst. They wanted to operate on me right there because of the stress. I stressed myself out with the housing situation. So I told the doctor, I said, let me come back. The doctor said, you may not come back because your heart is about to go. And I started to let him do it, but I said, no, I'm going home. When I went home, I dumped my refrigerator. Everything in my refrigerator went in the garbage because I had found a new me. I was eating too. It was my eating habits that almost took my heart out. I started drinking juices. That day, I drank juices for 3 months. My blood pressure went down from 181 over 118 to 112 over 80. That was good, man. Then I had bragging rights. That's why I passed the test. There was no need. The doctor asked me, she said, what'd you do? I told her, I just changed my eating habit. I tell everybody, everybody having heart attacks, but most of me is the chocolate men take it for granted. We eat and we don't go to the doctors and stuff. But now my health is at the top of the game, and I'm so proud of me. But I want to be here for the people who count on me now to bring this rent down. I know what to do. One big question: am I going to run for office again? I don't know. I started to run against Donald Trump as a Republican because I'm a Republican, but I was only going to do that as a business move because they're not talking to him about the country. The Democratic Party talking to him about things they want him out because they don't like him. I started to get in to force him to address issues concerning the country. Because I know being a celebrity now, I can put him in a spot to answer those questions on TV. He didn't have to answer anything now because they're talking about some investigation over there having with stuff they have with Russia and stuff. I wanted to get in to make them ask this man some questions about my people. This is what needed to be done to help my people. Just like Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass and Martin Luther King and LBJ. He'll to get the positive spot. He'll sign a bill to help us so fast because it'll help him erase what they're trying to do, and he needs that right now. We need to stay away from the rich. That's a rich man argument when it comes to talking about Trump. Let's make them focus on things that our people need, and we don't have nobody to do that. Nobody. I hope. When they say change is going to come, yeah, if you know how to bring it. Let's keep it real. We need a lot of things. Your college tuition would be waived. The mortgage, you being a slave, would be why you're paying taxes. You slave the land. Why you got to pay taxes on that? I don't pay taxes. I went and beat Internal Revenue at their own game. I've been winning. I took Internal Revenue to court and I beat them. I don't have to pay taxes at all. I bodyguard for the Yankees. I was teaching martial arts. I did bodyguard all over the place. Worked for the Postal Service, retired from the Postal, and I don't pay taxes. You got to know how to win. I got a winning combination going right now. And I want everybody to understand, stop listening to people. You're very smart. Use your own thoughts. If somebody do something wrong to you, through the process of law, you can beat them. Ain't no such thing as I think. You don't get paid to think. Either you know, if you don't know, shut the hell up. Let somebody talk who do know. If you don't know, you can ask them. That's why I like the question. You ask the question. If you don't know, ask the question if they can provide the answer for you. And we have become such a people who would not give a solution. We have become the greatest talkers. Before you can get it out your mouth on the solution, yeah, that's right, I know. You haven't even told, they don't know, but yeah, that's right, before you finish. But I'm in the game now.
And we are happy that you are in the game.
Yeah, television made me real happy. Now I realize now that I am somebody. I made it happen. Didn't plan on it, but it happened.
Yes, it did.
And I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
To see a young woman, a young person doing what you do, this is a good time for you. A lot of issues need to be addressed so the public can understand what went wrong, why homes have become unaffordable for them, why the rent is becoming unaffordable to them and for them, especially their children.
All right, so Jimmy, tell us about your travels. You told me that you went to the West Coast?
Yes, I went my travel. They invited me to California to participate in a debate program they had there. I don't like flying. That was a long. Have you flown to California before?
No, not yet.
Oh, Joy, I don't like that. But they invited me to come to California, and they was excited. When I get to California, people wait on to see me at the airport, and rent too damn high. And they had a parade for the rent too damn high party, and all of that. And I didn't know people loved me that much. I didn't, because I'm stuck in New York. But all over the country, I went to Florida. I was at a gas station. About 50 people came up, white kids. They spotted me at the gas station. They came over, the rent too damn high. The police officers seen it. They came over, thought something was wrong. And they told the police officer, "You don't know who that is?" Not the rent guy. It's exciting.
Well, I'm so happy that you are recognized in so many places.
It's scary. I had my picture on the car, and I took it off because you sit in your car at 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody come up to you, "Can I have a picture of you? Can I have a picture with you?" It could be a gun. I got scared. I took the picture off my car, took the wrap off my car, period. I didn't realize it would get that crazy. I could say, I ain't nobody. That's where I see myself. Like I ain't nobody. But they love me, and I love them back.
Tell us about your childhood.
Okay, my childhood. Something I don't usually, a way I don't usually go with my childhood, because I was born in captivity. And what I mean by captivity, born in 1946. Couldn't eat in a white restaurant. Couldn't go we were restricted from going places where human beings was allowed to go. I never talk about it with anybody, but I want to address it with you. Because I think people should now that I won this housing case, people should really get to know my determination. I was raped when I was a kid, 17 years old. The Ku Klux Klan, coming home from football practice. They put a gun to my uncle and myself head, both of us. I was older than my mother's brother. And they stuffed a rifle in my rectum. Painful. My mother, I was ashamed because I told my mother, "Don't tell nobody," because to be gay in my hometown back in the day was a pleasant thing. So to find a way to stop the pain, I stayed out of school, and I took a mango peeling to tie your tongue if it's green. I would twist out the mango peeling and stick it in my rectum for the healing process. And my mother kept it a secret. When I went in the military, they had you to bend over, and if their fingers would have went in easy, you wouldn't have made it to the military. So I had to do a lot of acting, you know. When I realized their finger was like, ow, you know, like this. And so they let me go. And I said, Mom, they let me go, they let me slide. And my people did this. Same as they're doing now. Talking. Didn't want to die over the fight. Talking. I got sick and tired of it. Time went along. I got old enough. I told my mother, I'm getting out of here. I re-enlisted. I signed up for the military because of my people. It's one reason why you don't see me with my people now, because they talk. I went to Vietnam. Time went along during the war for 3 years, 2.5 years. I heard this. That's all I heard. And what happened from there, I didn't remember my mother. It wiped my memory completely out. I didn't know what school I went to. I didn't remember a soldier I served with in the military, not even now. I don't know who they are. I remember, since it's been all that time, I remember a few names, but I can't put a face to their name. In some ways, I felt kind of glad it happened. I was in a bomb explosion area. People come up to me and want to talk about my childhood. I tell them I don't remember. They want to talk about Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm proud to say, I don't remember. Malcolm X, I don't remember. Somebody said one day, well, you remember because you remember what you remember what you want to remember. I don't say nothing. I served my country. I'm very proud of the service I did to my nation. I don't remember. I went to the supermarket with my brother, and I got 7 brothers and 6 sisters. No, 7 brothers and 7 sisters, 7 and 7. I didn't remember none of them. It's been hell for me to try to remember. So what I did, I just stopped dealing with all of them. 18 years. For 18 years. I stayed away from them. Felt kind of bad because I was nearly captured and I broke away in a very violent, but I got away. And to come home and to see people going through what they're going through, that's not what I fought for. It's why I had to go undercover in the housing case and put it on the line to help my people. Nearly killed me, and I didn't tell nobody because I had to get to the bottom of it. You're living for a reason. What's your reason for living? To look pretty. Nobody give a damn about your look. They got to eat. But they can use the help of information to help them survive to the next day. That's what I'm giving. Nobody cared. I could have got, if I would have got killed in the war in 1966, 67, or 68, I wouldn't be here sitting with you today. Why am I single? I don't have time for a relationship. I don't want nobody to sit at home waiting on me when I'm out, trying to find something that can help our little nieces and nephews and cousins and friends. Economics, mathematics is what I did when I got running for governor. Reduce the cost of living, make it easier for there is a way. They're not trying because they're rich. You can't talk about them as a color. They're doing what they're supposed to do. The hell with you. You ain't nobody. Because you're not fighting for yourself. You're running your mouth like everybody else. There is something you can do to make sure that the people have. But you can't find it because you're so busy in their life and their business. You could be in the living, utilizing the opportunity that's given. Such as I said, the child support law is the same as the person who signed the ownership of you. Make them pay. They're so loose with money. They don't forgot they made a lot of mistakes. And we don't have anybody in our race. We all say race. How can I put it? The chocolate race, to make them pay for the mistake because they're so busy worrying about the money they don't forgot. This is why we're having problems now. They don't have to raise everything the way they're raising it, but they are so greedy on the economic, they don't forgot about it. They make a mistake. But we don't know how to capitalize on those mistakes that I do. But ain't nobody listening. I'm always sitting in my car. Time that I could be having lunch with somebody, talking about different things with somebody. I'm by myself because I don't want to be around no lady right now. Because most of the things that I see in my block, I feel so bad for the ladies in my neighborhood because she's not a lady to them. She's just a sex object. Want to put on her back just for a sexual reason. We have a problem. And I'm not going to be a part of that problem. So I do something to make everybody happy. Saving some rent money. Saving rent money. I sit in my car all the time. And the first thing, I can't tell nobody the secrets of my past. But to be 70-something years old now, I need to. Now that I won this housing case, I'm going to hire a cameraman to come and videotape me. And I'm going to tell the story about what I did to get them out. I'm going to put it out myself. If not, I just go buy me a camera and put it on YouTube. But you want to get paid, I'll pay you to videotape it. I'm not playing. Now that I never thought I would become a star and a celebrity. But I treasure it. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. All that you've gone through, I remember when I was in the hospital in Vietnam. They say I have a Vietnamese daughter. I don't remember. I joke about it when I talk to the boys. So you know how boys are the ego when guys talk to guys about women, the ego set in. Because they don't know. And I be learning just so I can stop talking about it. I wrote a book. Did I show you the book I wrote?
No, I believe you sent me a DVD with Damn.
No, that's a DVD. I wrote a book called, I'm going to keep it in the car next time I see him. I'm going to give you one. It's called A Vet for Life. I wanted people to introduce them to me before I ran for governor. I knew I was coming. It was just a matter of, I knew it was going to take me so long. 2007, I wrote the book. I had no idea I was going to run for governor at the time. But finance. How did I get into economics and finance? Being in a bomb explosion and my memory was completely wiped out. That's why I was be by myself all the time. That's why when you mentioned, talk about my childhood, for me it's easy because I don't remember my childhood. My sisters and brothers, my sister had cancer last month, March. She had 2 kidneys with cancer and her intestines. And I had just had surgery on March 5th I had surgery. They had removed the scrap metal out of me that was left into me. And it was poison that's caused me sometimes, if I walk a stagger, that's the poison in my blood. Because it started, if I had not caught it, I wouldn't be talking to you today. I would have passed away in my sleep because of the poison would have killed me. I don't want nobody pitying over me. Because every time I think about the injuries that I'm going through, the first thing I think about, that young white boy who was white as the colors in your dress, and a napkin in my hand. I looked at him one day when he was laying on the ground dead. He turned real dark and black as me. I'm like, whoa, God, I never seen a dead body. What the hell? But before they all died, one thing they told me to say, they gave me their dog tags. I said, tell my mother I love her. And after I took the dog tag, I couldn't keep the dog tags on me because if I would have gotten captured, it would have killed me right away because I would have had too much information. They wouldn't know who I was. I pushed them in the mud, pushed their face in the mud with the dog tags on their face. Went against their rules of giving it to my mom because I knew I never would see their mom visually, but mentally I would introduce myself to their parents. I was the last person your son seen before he died. I buried a lot of them, pushed them in the mud with my hand. But the question is that, why did I make it? I'm not religious. Why did I make it? For a reason. What is your reason? I guess doing what I'm doing now. I made it. Well, how did I get into the economic part of my life? I don't know. Somehow or another, through all the trauma that my brains have gone through, I've become one of the smartest mathematical guys in New York State right now. Oh, well, how you figure you're the smartest person? No, I said on the planet. I said mistake in the state. Because you had a young president to do something. Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity asked me about it. And I told them the solution of what we're going through. And they took me for granted. The solution of what we're going through, now that I've gone through my childhood, I'm a man now. A man supposed to take care of his children. All you guys are my kids. So I'm smart enough to be able to feed the family through the economics that I can provide for everybody in the country. President Barack Obama gave $50 billion to every banking corporation in the country. So why are they talking about Wall Street? Because that's who he gave the $50 billion to. The reason that is so significant because these are businesses and corporations. But the money they got was taxpayers' money. $50 billion of your dollars to bail them out. So why are you catching so much hell? Because when they took your money, the people automatically became like 61% shareholders of everyone who got that money. Why are you paying college tuition? Why your mortgage going up? Why your rent going up? You banking at Chase Bank, you got a loan at Chase Bank or Bank of America Discovery. They owe you money. Can people count? No, they're not paying attention. They're just running them out. The country doing good. These institutions are doing good economically. So why are you doing so bad when they were giving your money? And this is another point. Let you know how dumb they are and they can't count. You know, you heard Uber? Uber was purchased by Goldman Sachs. The United States government, United States Department of Treasury gave Goldman Sachs $50 billion of your money, of the people's money. Goldman Sachs bought Uber for $8 billion. Uber's supposed to be a public fleet. Come on, man. We can't count. The city council you have can't count. State assemblyman can't count. The governor of the state can't count. All the state, 50 people within the Congress combined and the Senate can't count. Because they're busy fighting over Democrat and Republican to help their people with money. Your people not included in this. Okay, I hear the vibe, your people. What do you mean, my people? You're from the species of Homo sapien, you're not rich, you're not wealthy, you're poor. You consider to be poor. Poor people is not in this mission of economic survival. The poor people are being pushed out and don't know why. Why do you think they widened the street? Took a two-way lane, turned to a one-way lane to create a congestion because they don't want your black ass here. It's a secret agenda they have. It may be a little sweeter than what I just said, black ass. Because all these, you might be a white man. We all come from the same species. I'm going to be a little sweeter and take the language out and let it be correct. They don't want you here if you're not rich, if you're poor. Because they're spending a lot of assets and money on you. And they don't want you here. They're known to try to eradicate the poor people from the planet. The plan is to reduce the population to under 1 billion people. It's why they're narrowing the street. They created this congestion, and they have a problem because they don't want you to know. And the elites, the wealthy elite that had the money to spend on this, haven't told your governor. Because your governor is a low part of the elite. He let them handle it. So where's it coming from? Oh God, I hate to say this. We're living under Israel law. It's coming from Israel. They don't like you. They don't want you around. The landlord from Israel who purchased the building where I lived in Manhattan locked me out. And you know what he asked me? Why don't you people move? I didn't say one word because I didn't want Al Sharpton coming up behind me. I didn't want nobody marching, protesting. Because I said to myself, I got this. He was giving me all the things that I wanted to find out about what you all was up to and what you all were doing. In 1993, in 1989, I graduated from private investigation school. I walked through Williamsburg. Nothing but Hispanics and black. They kicked him out just for the Hasidics in the Jewish community. They called me anti-Semitic. They barred me from television for 15 years. But as you can see, how you gonna bar a smart man like me? I found a way to get in. I found a way to get back. The rent too damn high. I kept searching and trying to find an avenue or a door to not talk about you. I don't talk about nobody. I talk about the issues. And if you're standing in the way to block those issues, the people from enjoying the benefits of those issues, I'm going to talk about you, if that's what you want to call it. But what you're doing is evil. But the people we call descendants, they love Barack Obama. Barack Obama working for them. They need the Democratic vote to keep Margaret Sanger, Rockefeller, and Carnegie. These are the people, these are the elites who want to eradicate poor people, the descendants from the planet. Margaret Sanger of Planned Parenthood. They want to continue the abortion because they feel, why are the abortion clinics in my neighborhood, in my community? The secret agenda is if we're going to talk about stuff like we know, be smart about it. Find out about it. Don't just take my word for it. It's all on video, thanks to YouTube. It's all there. And all these people who come up who try to help the Negro woman, but we got another problem. We don't want to be called Negroes. We got so many things that need to be corrected. The disrespect brought up, like black women. cannot be arrested for prostitution. Can't be. Ain't nobody saying nothing because they act like we don't know. The black woman was purchased and bought for by the master to be a breeder. That's all they look at black women as breeders. They buy you to make love and have Joe, Jack, John, Judd, to have all these babies for these different guys. So how in the hell are we going into the ancestral area looking for our great-grand, looking for our aunt, looking for our mother? Your mother, your great-grandmother, going back to the 5th generation, was a breeder. She's everybody's mom. Why don't we act like we know it? Because Oprah Winfrey went through their ancestral book and found her aunt, like it's a big deal. You can't go back no further than the 5th generation of mothers, of women, because black women was paid to breed. She was a prostitute. So why don't they write laws to protect these women who've been scarred with post-traumatic stress disorder? They can't stop selling themselves because that's what they were trained to do. We don't have nobody to talk for us. Other than Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. I don't know them. Malcolm X, I don't know him. There's one man I love to talk about that I hate, I don't know him. And that was, I read enough information on him to say, that's who I would like to role model after. And I asked myself, why would you want to role model after Dr. Martin Luther King? Because Frederick Douglass had Abraham Lincoln. Martin Luther King had Lyndon B. Johnson. John Lewis and the members of Congress got Donald Trump, but they don't like him. It ain't about you. Abraham Lincoln used to call us niggas all the time. But Frederick Douglass got him to write the Emancipation Proclamation. Dr. Martin Luther King had LBJ. He used to talk about it. LBJ, where you going? Well, I got to go there and sign this nigger bill. Signing that nigger bill. LBJ, right to vote. LBJ, Civil Rights Act of 1964. LBJ included, there were 3 different acts that he wrote. All of these were from somebody who used the word nigger all the time. But we have one person in the Congress that black people love. His name is John Lewis. What have he done? Talk about march across Selma all the time. We need more than that. I don't give a damn about Selma. I care about the children who are having to go through this process of they are not being cared for now. What you're going through is senseless and it makes no sense. Barack Obama was a piece of, I can't say it on television, I don't talk about nobody, using his own people to help them. And he can't see it. But I do, as I get on that note, I can say this. I remember reading a Bible, reading in a booklet, when I think about the things, the evilness Barack has done to his own people, that he proclaimed the health care bill is going to help them. That was the worst thing could ever happen to black people because black people don't have the money to pay the expensive health care. So this is what I do before I think about what he did wrong. I remember this quote that I read in this book, and it said this: forgive him. He know not what he do. And I keep talking about the next subject. The damage has been done. How can we undo the damage? The damage is about to undo itself. Because as the subways goes up and the rent go up, you're not going to be here to complain. You're not going to be here to complain. All those who complaining now, sooner or later, when the cost of living, they got homes, can't pay the mortgage. They might as well pack their bag. I came at a perfect time to take over, but the people totally ignored me. Was it because I didn't wear a suit and a tie? And I don't know. That's their problem. I'm a messenger. And they ignored my call. I wish them well. when I see the kids making kids, young girls having babies at age in the van to be 11 or 12 years old, they're pregnant with having children. Can't say nothing. You know, this is a life they can't live here. City not gonna provide for them. You know what I mean? At some point, social service is gonna run out because they want you. This is why they narrowing the streets. They don't want you here. They're running. You're being run out. Economically, we can stop all of that. So back to Bill O'Reilly question and Sean Hannity. I gave them the solution to the problem because they asked me, what's the solution to the problem that people are going through? And it's so simple because I know I'm right. The United States government, are you ready for this? Okay. The United States government have to waive the debt of the American people. Case closed. America will be back on its foot again. And those people who are trying to run people out into price congestion and narrowing the streets, you see how they're narrowing the street? All of this is being done on purpose. Waive the debt of the American people, and America will bounce back to its form. But you need someone there to put it in order, and that's what I'm here to do. You're spending too much money. The Democratic Party loves to spend money because they don't know it. They got so much money they can't count it. That's my job. I can count. Somebody want to come in here, they want to put something in that corner. All I have to do is look at the size of that corner, measure it, and I'll tell you how much money you're going to need to fix that corner. That's how good I am. Where did it come from? I have no idea. Being in a barber store that gave me an intelligence or something, I question myself sometimes. I don't know how I got it. When I get the calculator and figure it out, through mechanical drawing, and what size say, you want to use a center block, a small 6 feet block, 6-inch block. Just tell me what you want to do. Mathematically, the figures are coming in my head, and I tell you, I can put it right down to the exact dollar amount you're going to need. How I get that ability, I don't know.
All right, well, you are an intelligent man, and we appreciate you coming here and sharing your intelligence with us. And thank you for serving our country. Please let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me here. No, that's a joke, y'all. I'm Jimmy McMillan. You can find me. I have a website called therent2damnhigh.org, and I'm working on so many things that I don't know exactly what I want to do. But you can go to Jimmy McMillan on YouTube, or go to Damn Rent Party between Jimmy McMillan on the YouTube.org or Damn Rent Party at damnrentparty.org. That's my website. And right now I'm just hard to say because I'm putting it together now and I'm getting my body together. But we just fish around, and I got some new stuff coming out about housing code. I want to rent stabilized laws. You'll find me. Okay? Just search, Google my name. I'll be there somewhere. I can't tell you exactly right now. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be because there's so much going on. But I'll make sure you'll be able to find me. I love you. That's my key word to say to everybody. Before you go to bed at night, say I love you. When you get up in the morning, say I love you to somebody because you may not see them again. In the meantime, I love you, and thanks for inviting me to the program.
All right, and thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for watching Trading Photos. You can keep up to date with all the latest episodes at youtube.com/tradingphotos, and you can follow me at youtube.com/BiancaBrooks.